I really need to put myself on a book buying ban in 2026, at least for the first few months, because I've been buying quite a lot of books. If you guys know, all of the books that are behind me are unread, and I've only probably read about 10% of my personal collection, and I would love to have that number higher before I buy even more books. But I am awake, and Book Outlet was having their $5.99 fiction sale, and of course I had to get some of the books that are on my TBR, because it doesn't matter if they are paperback, novella, hardcover, sprayed edges, special edition. Sometimes they're all under $6 during this sale, so I cannot pass it up. If you want to see what kind of books I got from Book Outlet, make sure you keep on watching, and let's just start with the very first couple of books. The first couple of books that I got are actually by Nikki Payne. I got Sex, Lies, and Sensibility, as well as Pride and Protest. Nikki Payne was actually an author who visited the Las Vegas Book Festival, so I get to actually sit on one of her panels and get to listen to her talk about the books that she wrote. And if you cannot tell, these two books are inspired by the classics. I've heard so many great things about her books, especially because her books have really strong female characters, and I am just curious and would love to read these books for myself. So if you have read any of Nikki Payne's books, let me know in the comment below what your thoughts are, and let me know which one I should start first. Both of these sounds pretty good, but I am honestly leaning towards this one because I'm pretty sure the male main character is Asian, so I just want to see how their story unfolds. So the next few books, I actually got them because I want to complete the book series. I already have the first two books, and I saw that Book Outlet has the next few books in the series in stock, so I decided to get them. This is the book series by Victoria Aveyard. I think it's called The Red Queen. I have the first book, which is Red Queen. The second book, it's called Glass Sword. I already have them. I'm pretty sure the first book I found it at a library in LA, and then the second book I got them, of course, from Book Outlet. So I decided to get this one, which is Cruel Crown. And I think this book is a novella, like a prequel novella before the first book, and I need to do a little bit more research if I should read this first before the first book. I couldn't find the third book at Book Outlet because they're not in stock. I actually purchased them, I believe, from Walmart, just because I have all of the books that are coming from Book Outlet, and the thing is they are reprinting the books. So the third book that I got actually has the sprayed edges, and I'm trying to find just the original print. So I might return the book that I got from Walmart with the sprayed edges, and hopefully Book Outlet would have the third book in stock pretty soon so I can complete the collection. But anyways, the fourth book I believe is, I think it's this one, War Storm. And then I also got Broken Throne, which is book 4.5 according to Goodreads. So other than the third book, I actually have all of the books already in the book series, and I cannot wait to read the first book, hopefully next year. I don't remember if I added Red Queen into my 2026 TBR jar, but I'm pretty sure I did. But even if I didn't, I definitely want to start this book series next year because I heard, again, so many great things about this book series, and I cannot wait to read it for myself. The next couple books are actually books that I technically already own, but I have them in hardcover. These two books are romance books, and if you kind of look behind me, these are my romance book collection, and all of them are in paperback, so I have no idea why I decided to get these two books in hardcover. I bet you it was Book Outlet's $5.99 fiction sale, but they have the paperback version, so I decided to replace them. I donated the hardcover version to my husband's coworkers, kind of like a library book swap type of thing that they have at the office. But these two books are by Catherine Center. This one is the rom-comers, and this one is called Hello Strangers. Hello Stranger, not Strangers. Anyways, I haven't read these books, but I've heard, again, so many great things about these two books. The rom-comers is actually in my December TBR / 10 books before the end book list. This one is about Emma, who is a screenwriter. This one is about Sadie, who is a photographer, but she was just diagnosed with, what is it called? I forgot what was the illness, but she is going to have trouble recognizing faces, which is kind of like something that she needs for her career as a photographer. So I just would love to read these two books. Catherine Sandra, I feel like, always have a very interesting setting with her book. Also like a very interesting jobs that the characters have, which is very interesting. The next book that I have is a fiction book, and I actually have been waiting for this book to come out in paperback. I actually pre-ordered this book in paperback because I really wanted to read it. Again, people have talked about this book so much and I just feel left out because I haven't read it. Because Book Outlet has the hardcover for sale, I decided to get them and cancel my pre-order of the paperback, and it is The Wedding People by Alison Aspak. I think that's how you say the author's name. But this book, again, is so popular, and the premise of the book is also very interesting. If you've never heard of this book before, the main character was married for like a long time, and out of nowhere the husband asked her for a divorce, and obviously she was kind of blindsided. Is that the right word? But basically she was surprised that he was asking for a divorce from her. She was kind of like planning this vacation for their anniversary, but because of this big news, she decided to go on her own and actually planning to do something terrible, which is to end her life. However, when she gets there, she noticed that there is this big wedding happening the same weekend, and all of the guests that are there is going to this wedding except for her, because I think she booked this vacation like long before the whole wedding thing is happening. But anyways, she kind of befriend the bride and they kind of share something in common. I have no idea what it is, but basically they got close, and of course the bride is kind of like asking her not to do the thing that she wants to do over the weekend because it's definitely gonna ruin her wedding. So I just want to see like what is the thing that kind of bond them together and what is the ending going to be. I have a feeling that she's not going to do what she's planning to do, but maybe there's something more after that. I don't know if there's gonna be like a romance subplot for the main character. I would love to see that if it's possible. If it's gonna happen, I'm not sure. I cannot wait to read this book. Hopefully, like I said, I can read this next year. Okay, the next couple books actually are fantasy books that I've heard, again, so many great things about, and I decided to get them because I saw that Book Outlet has them in stock, and again, they are $6. This one is called The 13th Child by Aaron A. Craig. I am not sure if this is a new book, but I have watched a couple videos on YouTube recently. It might be like an older video, but they were saying that this book is very interesting, and I don't know, something with the number 13, it's just kind of piqued my interest. And also the cover it just looks very eerie and very interesting. It kind of reminds me of The Starling House or Starling House by Alex E. Harrow, and I just wanted to pick it up because, again, like I said, it was $6. And the inside book itself, the cover is just really pretty. I didn't even know that it has this cover until I uncover it. But anyways, I think this one is about Hazel, who is the 13th child, and I guess in this world the 13th child is supposed to be promised to one of the gods. So like she spent her childhood waiting for her benefactor Merrick, the god of death, to arrive and take her away. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen to Hazel when she gets taken away, and I'm just curious to find out what that's gonna be. And I'm pretty sure this one is not a book series, so it could be added to my list of standalone fantasy books, because I know fantasy books tend to have either at least a trilogy or a duology, but I really want to find fantasy books that are just standalone so I can read it and, you know, technically be done with it. The next book that I got is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. This one, again, I've heard so many great things about, and Book Outlet has it for $6, less than $6. So I decided to get it. I honestly am not sure what this book is all about, but again, because of its popularity and, you know, highly rated by quite a lot of people that I watch on YouTube and other social media, I decided to get it. I also have heard people talk about the gargoyles a lot and how they love the gargoyles, so that is just making me super curious about what the gargoyles is all about in this book. And I'm pretty sure this is the first book in a trilogy, I want to say. Let's just say a book series, because I know the second book has been announced already and it's coming, I think, next year, either in the fall or spring. And hopefully, again, like I said, I'll be able to read it sometime soon, maybe before the second book comes out. Alright, these next 3 books are fantasy books, but they are special edition, or they have the sprayed edges. And again, like I said, if you are lucky and you're able to find this in stock at Book Outlet, especially during their $5.99 book sale, I mean, this is just a steal. But anyways, the first book that I have is called The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. I'm pretty sure this book is a part of a series, and I think the second book is coming out, I want to say, next year. It has similar cover, but instead of red, it's kind of like blue greenish. But this one, like I said, is the special edition. It has sprayed edges, and I've been really into fantasy that are kind of based on folk tales from like either China or Korea or something like that, because they're just super interesting. I am technically Chinese. I am, I think, 98% Chinese and 2% of something else. But because I was born and raised in Indonesia, I don't really have too much old tales from like China that I have heard about in my childhood. So I feel like I get to learn some of them from hopefully some of these books that I bought and hopefully read next year. The next book that I have is called The Last One by Rachel Housel Hall. Again, this is the first book in the series. I think the second book is already out, but because I haven't even read the first book, I didn't buy it. I don't even think Book Outlet has it yet. But anyways, again, heard so many great things about this book. I did get the special edition. I don't know if you can tell, but it has sprayed edges. And I just kind of opened the first page. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty this book is. And let me show you the back. It has similar design, I think, but I just don't want to rip the jacket. That's the front, and that is the back. That is just so pretty. And again, less than $6, which is insane. Last but not least, I have another fantasy book that is kind of based on a Chinese folktales, and it's called The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Emily Wen Zhao. I think that is how you say her name. I actually have a couple of her other books. I think I have a book series that is a duology, and this one is also, I believe, a duology. This is the first book, and I'm pretty sure the second book is either coming out next year or already came out recently. I'm not really sure, but of course I decided to just get the first one first, read it, and hopefully if I like it, I will order the second one. But again, this one also has the really pretty spread edges, and I don't know why, but for some reason this book is just really pretty. I love the color combination in the cover as well as on the edges. Let me see if the inside is any different. Oh, okay. So this is the cover of the book when you take off the dust jacket, and the spine is also kind of like sparkly and glittery. That is just so pretty. And I think the end paper, or the first, whatever this page is called, is designed like this. I don't really know what flower this is, but they are just so pretty.